recent times, we have all learned how the community can help us sustain and how the innovations can help us survive. In this pandemic, communities gave us the strength to be alive in difficult situations. We might have felt broken, and some people might have thought to give up. But people around us gave us the strength to fight back, and they became our real supporters. We were having a firm belief in innovation which can take us out of the situation by showing its miracles. Innovations are not only helping us to conquer the virus but also helped us to survive the pandemic by enabling working from home with its new innovative ways. This makes us realize that innovation and communities go hand in hand. Both are an integral part of our daily lives. Technology and Innovation report presented at the United Nations Conference on Trade and Equity shows that frontier technologies already represent a 350 billion USD market, which could grow to 3.2 trillion USD by 2025. This offers great opportunities for those ready to catch this technological wave. But many countries, especially the least developed and those in sub Saharan Africa, are unprepared to equitably use, adopt, and adapt to the coming technological revolution. This could have serious implications for achieving sustainable development goals. Isn't this contradictory? With the example of pandemic, we realized how the technology and innovations are helping us to grow. On the other hand, this report tells us that technology is not getting adopted by every individual across the globe. Undoubtedly, innovations and progress are essential components in human growth. But growth and opportunities should be equal for every individual across the globe. This arises the need for more innovations that can be effectively utilized by progressing part of the globe with the progressed nations. There are n number of problems which we observe in our daily routine. We get irritated by those small challenges, or sometimes we overlook those challenges. But very few people think of it as an opportunity to solve that problem and create a wonderful solution. And as we all know, there are most of the people who think, how can I alone make a difference? Rather, if there are such qualified people out there, and if they couldn't make any difference to this, then how could I? Perception. When I was young, I observed my grandma was going through serious trauma when it came to holding on to multiple things together while walking. Holding a small carry bag, torch, and stick together was trouble for her. And to my surprise, she never complained about it. But which grandson can see his grandma in such trouble? So that 10-year-old kid helped her by attaching a hook for the bag and a torch to her stick, which solved her problem. My dad helped to make it more durable and comfortable, and the problem was solved. The appreciation from society at the right point motivated me to innovate further for the community. There is no need to go far and beyond to look for ideas when they are just around us. Sometime later, I got to know about a fire at Amey hospital in Kolkata. Patients lost their lives on bed, and there were some human restrictions to extinguish the fire quickly. As a proactive measure, I innovated a firefighter robot that can extinguish the fire in further incidents. It can be controlled from the safe zone, and this is how we can think global and act local. Growing up, I started exploring more about technology and kept on observing the surroundings. innovations never work like we thought it would. We can't find the solution to a problem directly. It is a continuous process fueled by curiosity. As per recent research, on average, a 4-year kid asks almost 300 questions per day. To innovate, we always need to keep that curious kid asking a lot of questions alive. Curiosity is baked into the human experience. Don't let ideas get killed in your mind. As said, charity begins at home. The innovation life cycle also begins at our own place. When I was about to graduate from high school, my dad met with an accident that ended up giving him small bruises. The doctor advised wearing the helmet that will save their lives in further incident. That day I realized a helmet is not meant to be worn when we see police checkpost, but it is meant to be always there protecting your head. After many regressions and efforts of almost a year, a table model was ready which was able to detect if the person was properly wearing the helmet in head or not. Then the major step was to implement it on two-wheeler. With multiple short circuits and failures, the prototype was finally ready to be tested on two-wheeler. The prototype got tested and got many changes which made it durable and safe for the long run. This smart helmet doesn't allow the rider to start the two-wheeler unless the helmet is properly worn in the head. And one can ride a vehicle only till the time he is wearing the helmet in his or her head. Also, there is unique interlinking between the helmet and vehicle, so it is the second key of the vehicle. We can always think of it as an additional layer of safety which we always need for our two-wheelers. I certified this prototype from RTO to use it on roads. As quoted by ex-President of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, if you want to innovate in such a way that it will be directly beneficial for the last man of the society. In doing so, he mentioned my innovation in his inaugural speech at Indian Science Congress 2014. Since then, I am trying to solve grassroots level problems faced by the common man in our society. When I discuss some of these challenges with youngsters, I have observed most of them keep on complaining that no one ever taught them about this. Innovation or research was never part of their syllabus, which makes them think like they are not the ones who can innovate cool solutions for those problems. But I think youth should adopt innovative thinking since childhood and should explore more on their own. To adopt technical skills, it is very essential. Being a student, a child spends most of his time in schools. The education system is shedding skin, but it will take time to adopt innovative thinking in youth if we are only dependent on schooling. We should change our perspective and utilize the knowledge we gain to solve the problems, which is in fact what innovation is. Growing up, I gained some knowledge and learned new technologies while pursuing graduation. Some advanced tools and techniques taught in our syllabus were actually useful for me in my research. I researched more on the topics of my interest and understood how they can be used effectively in audito, a hearing aid which I tried to develop when I was in high school. With the help of new learnings, I made the prototype more compact and convenient for the end users. I realized that this prototype should be more compact in order to get implemented in the common society. I tested the compact prototype and it was good to go. I was getting some positive response from the user. While seeking more and more feedback, I realized the prototype is compact according to me, but it is not as small as we are expecting. It is not yet user friendly, so everyone was not able to adopt to it. As I mentioned earlier, communities inspires us. This time, the tech community came to my help. Being an active member of the GDG Pune community, I was attending the workshops and learning to code. Being from a hardware background, it was difficult to understand and to code easily. But after attending meetups, I wasn't aware that these coding skills will come in handy. I tried to reduce the hardware dependencies in Auditor by performing some of the operations using software algorithms. I got some good mentors which helped me in understanding the concepts and solving my doubts. This resulted in a compact device that was easy to carry. Further, the device is made more efficient and durable. The device is now ready at 1% of the current solution, which will effectively impact 16 million people who are not yet having access to any kind of hearing aids. So this is how huge impact the small innovations can make. A simple thought crosses our minds. Is it worth dedicating this much of time and efforts to these causes and innovations? But yeah, patience is really the key to success. I have realized that we focus more on the solution, and in the process, we tend to lose our focus on the main problem. For this, the youth should keep their eyes open and listen to the surrounding. We should feel the problems faced by our community. As necessity is the mother of innovation, unless we don't feel the problem, we can't think about it. If we don't think, how can we act? I have been innovating for the community since my early age. In this journey of innovation, as technology is evolving, my community is evolving and updating me with the knowledge and skills, which makes me contribute my share to the community in whichever way possible. I'm innovating for the community to make it a better place for all of us. While exploring communities, I realized that innovating for community is not a competition. It is a process of evolving together. Just a quick question. Do you believe in superheroes? There are many around us who makes our lives easier and makes this earth a better place to live in. There's a superhero in every one of us. We just need to identify the superpowers of our superhero. I unleash the superhero within by observing things closely, changing my perception, believing in my ideas, and always eager to learn, and obviously keeping that kid alive. In the end, I want everyone to ask themselves a quick question. What is your superpower, or how do you plan to unlock the superhero within?